So yeah, what we're doing is we just want to find out why there's black on black crime in our communities. You understand? And what is the root of that? You understand? So what's your opinion on that?
I think it stems from like kind of suppression. I mean, every time you go on the media, it's kind of like you're suppressed in terms of like you go on the internet, you see, oh, black brother did this, black brother did that, and that's your first point of thought. So if that's all you're seeing on media, then you're going to assume the worst. Exactly. That's all you know. So maybe it kind of turns into animosity and hate, self-internal hatred to that point. So that's what I'd say for me.
You're saying like media representation.
Yeah, media representation.
Okay. What about you? What's your thoughts?
Obviously, there's the individual part of it, like everyone is their own individual, but between a brother to a brother, it's when that comparison of you see someone doing better than you and you're not as happy, so that also stems to it. But also
Jealousy
in itself, exactly. But we're not taught how to every man appreciate their own and work towards something else. And it's like you can't get anything big without a team. So man, don't see that picture and it ruins it because everyone's trying to do it on their own, and that's kind of what ruins it. I see it.
Also, there is a statistic that says that most gang members comes from single parent households.
So lack of parental responsibility has been widely cited as a cause of the trouble. Analysis by the Institute for Public Policy Research has found that one factor linking the 18 worst hit areas is a high rate of single parent families and broken homes. Well, with me in the studio is Patrick Regan, who's CEO of the urban youth charity XLP and author of Fighting Chance, Tackling Britain's Gang Culture. Patrick, welcome. Do you think we have a fighting chance of sorting this out?
Yeah, I do. I mean, obviously, I've read the report, and I think that we have to say, isn't it, that there's loads of single parents doing an amazing job in many difficult areas. But you do look at the evidence. 63% of kids whose fathers are convicted of crime go on to be convicted themselves. And I've got police who tell me they're investigating gang murders. 12 people involved in a gang murder recently all came from lone parents. So it is an issue, but it's an issue amongst many other issues. But I feel now we need to move the conversation around to what are the solutions, and as a community we need to look at ourselves. As an African saying, it takes a village to raise a child.
Do you agree with that? Most gang members, that's the statistic they say.
Okay, I could see why that would make sense in terms of them not having the full, but then I can also see, I've seen single parents do loads for their kids, but at the end of the day, there's always that factor you can't control what someone does as an individual, But I can see why that makes sense.
What about you? What do you think?
I mean, you're a product of your environment, end of the day. You are just who you become, just straight from, if James was rude to me today, I'd change, you know what I mean? So it's just directly what happens to you as a human being. So, that could definitely influence whatever happens.
Okay. I see what you mean. Okay. Do you believe in the Bible? Because we're actually a Bible-based group. Do you think what I said is in the Bible, like single parent household? Is it prophesied in the Bible? Do you think?
Yeah.
You think so? Okay. You sound confident. What about you?
Yeah.
Where can we find that in the Bible?
But depends on the part of the Bible. It says children love your parents. You know what I mean? So it depends. Children respect your parents, rather. So the part Ecclesiastes for wisdom or Proverbs for wisdom, you always have that. But it depends on what specifically. Like both parents, I'm not too sure.
I mean, we know that adultery is bad. So in itself, so that's a byproduct of adultery. So single parent household.
I see what you mean. I'm gonna show you something. I like that one. I like that. In other words, children outside of wedlock, things of that nature. Let me show you something. Get me the book of Isaiah, chapter 3, verse 12. Isaiah 3, verse 12.
Isaiah chapter 3, verse 12. As for my people, children are their oppressors, and women rule over them.
It says, as for my people, children are their oppressors, and women rule over them. You understand? So that's actually going into single parent household, that the independent, so-called independent woman. You understand? That's what it's going into. When it says children are the oppressors, what do you think the Bible means by that?
That's a deeper one, I can't lie. Children are the oppressors. Oof. Yeah, swing it to James.
What do you think?
Can I hear the quote again?
Read that again.
As for my people, children are their oppressors.
The Bible says children are their oppressors, meaning children are our oppressors. Understand? Read.
And women rule over them.
They say the children are the oppressors. What does that mean?
What's the context of the verse before that? Because I feel like the verse in itself.
Okay, read verse 5. Read verse 5.
Verse 5. And the people shall be oppressed, every one by another, and every one by his neighbor. The child shall behave himself proudly against the ancient.
That's going into youth disrespecting the elders. That's what it's going into. You understand?
So there's a root of it. There's a root behind it. It's not just they start hating the child. There's based off of what the child has done or like an action in between type of thing. So
Exactly. So your answer. I'm glad you asked for the context. So that's what the context is. When it says children are the oppressed, meaning is the youth. You understand? The youth that are causing havoc in the communities. They're the ones that are oppressing the community. Have you seen like movies like Menace to Society? You understand? Where the youth is causing havoc. Boys in the hood. Top Boy. You understand? Another one. Right. Top Boy.
It's about that pride, isn't it?
Right.
Exactly.
So read that again for the brothers. As for my people.
As for my people, children are their oppressors,
It's like what we agreed. The children, the youth is the one that's oppressing the communities, and what?
and women rule over them.
And the women rule over. That's going into the single parent household. You understand? They rule the so-called independent woman. Why? Because that's like, are you heard of the Willie Lynch effect?
Kill the alpha.
Yes.
The rest of the men, beat them almost to death.
And he said once those women see that, they will become in a frozen, independent state. And what they will do is they will raise all of their young men to be weak and docile.
He said we have to set the old black man against the young black man. We have to set the women against the men. You've got contention between dark-skinned black people and light-skinned black people.
He said once you do that, you don't have to do anything. You can sleep peacefully. The system will self-perpetuate itself. You don't have to do a thing. They'll do all the work for you.
Right, they made a woman independent. So her mindset was that she didn't need a man. Thank you. The woman to be independent and the man to be dependent. You understand? So that's how it was done. You understand? But read. Is that it, yeah? Now, last one. Before 2nd Ezra chapter 5 verse 8. I'm going to show you something. 2nd Ezra chapter 5 verse 8. Regarding single parent household and black on black crime. Yeah, I'm going to show you something.
2nd Ezra chapter 5 verse 8. There shall be a confusion also in many
This
places,
is a prophecy saying there will be confusion in many places. Read.
and the fire shall be oft sent out again, and the wild beasts shall change their places,
And this is what you want. Listen.
and menstruous woman shall bring forth monsters.
Menstruous women shall bring forth monsters, meaning loud, obnoxious, independent women. They will bring forth monsters.
What is a nation? Nation is family. Nation is community. Nation is men leading by example. Nation is women's support. Nation is children with role models. Nation is unity.